So this week, Wednesday, and the next story for you, the president addressed the nation about ISIS or ISIL, whichever one you want to give them. One is the one in Syria, one is the one in Iraq. In a televised speech on Wednesday, the president announced plans to ramp up airstrikes, send additional service members to sort of help advise on the, to be on the ground, to help advise and train up the Iraqi National Guard, and to provide humanitarian aid in the efforts to degrade and ultimately destroy the terrorist group of ISIS. Now, Obama outlined 4 parts of the plan in his speech. And I think, we're not going to spend all day talking about all parts of the plan because I don't think that's necessary. But I want to give you my take on it because I think that, it's important. One, and I've said this before and I'll say this again, what's missing from the conversation has been the millennial voice. And I get it, I'm talking about it. You have other millennials. I was on Independence on Wednesday night with the head international foreign affairs writer for the Daily Beast, who's also a millennial, who's great. I don't agree with him on much, but he's great. I agree with him on this. You have a lot of young people out there talking about it on air, but there's no young people in the decision-making room. And that's where the problem lies for me, right? Because there's so many young people that are gonna have to go out and fight this battle, and who might give up their lives for this battle. They might be the ones on the aircraft carriers. They might be the ones flying the planes. They might be the ones training the new, Iraqi National Guard. But our voices are missing from the process. Nobody's talking to them. And don't get me wrong. I think this president is like, he's in a really tough situation because, one, this country is we're a war-weary nation. But beyond the fact that we're war-weary, what we've seen from the media is this onslaught of, oh my God, we got to think about ISIS. We got to think about ISIS. How many generals can you find to talk about why we need to bomb ISIS? And you have Republicans on the other hand saying war, 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 war. Hey, hey, who, war. What is it good for? A lot. Making people a lot of money, right? So you have the Republicans doing that. You have the media saying action, 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 and the president in a really tricky situation. So he says, listen, we're gonna destroy ISIS. They killed 2 Americans, and now we're gonna push back. We're gonna push back a little bit. Right, we're gonna do some airstrikes. But I think it's important that this has to be focused. The assault, ISIS's assault is happening in the Middle East. While they are an imminent threat to the possible imminent threat to the United States, right now they're a threat to the Middle East. And it's time for the Middle East to rise up. Right? And I think the most important the president did was define ISIS for the world. But the second thing he did is he made it very clear. He sent John Kerry to the region. He said that this has to be Baghdad focused. Now there's a new multi-ethnic government there, 1. And 2, beyond the fact that it has to be Baghdad focused, there has to be some support from the Middle East to destroy ISIS, i.e. Saudi Arabia, i.e. Qatar, i.e. Bahrain. Right? And all those countries are now saying, yeah, we need to help. We got to get involved here. If they don't get involved, America, right, we're going to be in big trouble. We're going to be fighting our battle. And this is not our fight. This is the fight of those people. Now, we will help them, right? NATO will help them, but this is their fight. And they've got to put their boots on the ground. It's time to ante up on their end, just saying.